wisdom and knowledge that comes with it.
I didn't do anything wrong regardless.
All I'm saying is, right? Let's talk about what you're doing though, because you're being rebellious against the Most High God, man.
See, I got some.
And you know you do that. You know what the Lord said? The Lord said the wicked flee when no man pursues.
I haven't done anything wrong.
But
Don't make it seem
like
like
you talking about you gotta go now.
I have something to go to, like a house appointment, like landlord. Some people don't have. But I wish I could get them that. And that's what I'm working towards as far as like a management or getting. But I'll leave it alone.
You'll leave what alone.
I just leave all the confrontation. I don't want no confrontation.
Hey,
I haven't done that.
this shouldn't be confrontation.
Well, it is because y'all.
Why? Because we're trying to get your spirit together, brother? Because we're trying to be our brother's keeper? Why? Because we ain't out trying to pass you a bottle? We ain't out trying to pass you a blunt or pass you a cigarette?
I buy everything.
Hey, did nobody say what you could buy, brother?
But you said, yeah, that's a miscommunication.
No.
You want to spell it? Can you spell it?
Brother, listen,
You know where this started?
don't insult my intelligence about this word, brother. Right? What I'm trying to do is give you the living word, right? You out here living in darkness, right? And you're spiritually dead, right? We're trying to bring that spirit of life back into you, right?
I told you, I'm in treatment and I'm doing everything in my order to make it as a good man and a good father. And my kids that took it away and I'm going to get them back and I'm doing everything in my power. So you're not going to sit up here and tell me
the treatment you need to be
in
is in the Lord's treatment.
I'm doing it all. And I talk to the Lord.
Brother,
and I'm doing it all.
brother.
I'm doing my kids going to get back to me. I'm doing
Brother,
it
you
all.
see how emotional you is right now?
No, what? You're sitting here telling me that I'm not doing what I need to do.
You're not. You know why? Because if you was doing what you need to do, brother, you would be keeping the commandments.
That's right.
Right? Give me that. Right? That's what you gotta understand, man.
Commandment.
Exactly. That's our purpose. The Lord created you for that purpose specifically, brother. Not to lean onto your own understanding of what you're supposed to be doing, or what this society told you should be doing, or the medicine or medications or therapy or counseling that society has to offer. The Lord told you to lean on Him, right? Didn't He? I mean, I'm pretty sure you heard that, you read a little bit and read that, right? So all these things that you're mentioning is neither here nor there. You're looking in the wrong places, right? For solitude, right? They're looking in the wrong places for comfort. Read.
Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter, man. What's our purpose? What should we be doing? What is the only thing we should be doing?
Fear God and keep His commandments.
And do what?
And keep His commandments. For this is the whole duty of man.
This is what?
For this is the whole duty of man.
This is the whole duty of man. You understand? Is to keep the commandments, man. That's what we were charged with. This is why we're going through hell right now. Right? That's why we're less fortunate than any other damn nation that's on this planet. It's because we don't do the duty that the Lord set before us. You understand? See, once you get that understanding and turn back to the Lord, your whole life will change. Brother, listen, okay.
I already know. I'll talk to you.
I know.
Yeah.
So now, you said you already turned back to the Lord, right?
I talk to the Lord every day.
No, I didn't say, hold on, I didn't say talk. I said you turned back to Him.
You want me to go to church? I don't do that.
Brother, no, I don't, listen, we are the church. Church is not a physical building or temple that you go to, brother. The church is in you. It's a people. All right? Now listen.
Leviticus 11 and 7. And the swine go and divide the hoof.
And the what?
And the swine go and divide the hoof.
If you're going to turn back to the Lord or confess that you have, then you must take heed to the word of the Lord. This is how we live. This is our lifeline. You understand? Read.
Though he divide the hoof and be cloven footed.
Even though that pig divide the hoof and be cloven footed like a clean animal does, but the pig is not a clean animal. Read.
Yet he cheweth not the cud.
But he doesn't chew the cud. He doesn't eat and regurgitate his food and chew it up again. You get what I'm saying? You get like a cow. He has 5 stomachs, right? Made for filtering all these different things out, right? The pig don't do that. Everything that he eats, it stays inside of him. He has no sweat glands to sweat or release the toxins that he consumes. All right? Read.
He is unclean to you.
He is what?
He is unclean to you.
You know what the Lord told you?
Every day.
But do you follow what he told you every day? Read it again.
In the swine, don't he?
You ever seen me smoke? I bet you don't.
In the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven-footed. Yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you.
He is unclean to you, brother. You want to keep a clean temple, brother. You understand? You don't want to keep defiling yourself, right? Because why? Because there's certain illnesses that comes with eating the unclean food. Don't you know what the Lord knows what's best for your body? Don't you know the Lord knows what's best for your body than what you do? I would find something clean to eat.
Caterpillar.
Yeah.
How many caterpillars go to
You don't need to eat to get full, do you? You just need to eat to survive. Read.
Of their flesh shall ye not eat.
Of their what?
Of their flesh shall ye not eat. In their carcass
Shall ye not touch.
Now the Lord, you said you follow the Lord, said you turn back to him. The Lord told you of the pig's flesh you shall not eat. He told don't even touch it.
That's why a lot of people don't eat pork.
A lot of people don't eat pork because a lot of people don't eat pork because they know that it causes certain illnesses. See, a lot of people don't care because they don't care about themselves.
Right.
But what the Lord told you, because he cares about you, because he loves you, he told you not to eat it. The Lord don't care if the so-called African eats pork. He don't care if the so-called Arab man eats pork. He don't care if the white man eats pork. But he cares if you do. You know why? Because you're special to him, not them.
That's right.
He gave you the commandments, not them. Why? So because what did he say? He said, ye are
I'm
gods.
not gonna stop eating pork. I eat good every fucking day.
Right? Okay, so you say, but you say you follow the Lord. You say you talk to him. So let me ask you something. What God or what Lord is you talking to? This can't be the Most High God.
I'm talking to my own Lord.
Who is that, Satan?
I got my own Lord.
Who is that, the
I look
accuser?
in the sky and say thank you.
You see that?
Romans
That's
10.
You don't even know the God you
Well, I
worship.
know about all that. And I say I push all that aside. All these, I can go to 10 I do my own thing.
Okay, so let me ask you.
I am the Lord.
Okay, so now guess what? If you the Lord, then why you can't deliver yourself? Why you gotta go to that white man to go and try to get an apartment right now? This appointment you say you got. Why you gotta go to him to do it? Why he ain't coming to you to do it? Why you ain't over here building up an empire? Why you ain't running this country?
Hey, see.
No, there ain't no AG. Give me a real answer. Come on, Lord.
I got 2 kids in my pocket. I got 2 friends. I'm doing good for myself. Don't y'all try to throw salt on me like I'm doing something
Brother.
wrong. I don't want to end it. I'm tired.
This is Proverbs, brother. Listen,
Y'all finna make me money in the street, G.
This is Proverbs 13.
It's the word.
Hey, no, that's the Lord gonna make you run into the street and get hit, man, for being so rebellious. This is Proverbs 13 and 13. Whoso
Hey, spirits.
Y'all supposed to be helping me, but y'all
That's a
making me.
legion.
Proverbs 13 and 13. Whoso despiseth the word shall be destroyed, but he that feareth the commandments shall be rewarded. Read that one more time. Proverbs 13 and 13. Whoso despiseth the word shall be destroyed. What the Lord say?
Whoso despises the word shall be destroyed, but he that fears the commandment shall be rewarded.
You hear that? He that feareth the Lord shall be what?
Shall be rewarded.
Who despises the word shall be what?
Whoso despises the word shall be destroyed.
Shall be what?
Shall be destroyed.
What is this, brother?
Shall be destroyed.
Out here making a mock of everything, getting into fights already out here and being a drunk.
Shall be destroyed. And he that fears the commandment shall be rewarded.
See that? Shall be rewarded, man. That's what we out here, man. We out here to be rewarded, man. Right? We out here because we're committed to come out here and wake up our people, man. Right? And bring them back to the Lord, man. Right? Because we want that reward, man. Right? And this brother was talking about, hey, we gonna make him go and run into the street and get hit. Right? What was this question? You had a question, brother? What's your nationality? Black African American? All right, brother, you see yourself on this sign right here? Benjamin. So, if you Benjamin, then you a Haitian? You from West Indian? You West Indian? West Indian, that would be Haitians. I mean, that would be Jamaicans. Right? Barbados and that around that area. But see, you say you American black, right? So that means you would be from the tribe of Judah. Judah, right? Right. You're a real Jew, right? You know there's two different types of Jews. Yeah, they're Jewish, right? They're Jewish. They're not the actual bloodline Jews. They're converts, right? You agree?
Revelation chapter 2 and verse 9. I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich.
It's talking about the real Jews, right? It's talking about you, right?
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews
It's talking about the so-called, like you said, white man.
and are not.
They are what?
And are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
He turned to.
So the so-called Jewish man, right? They are the synagogue of Satan, right? They working right under the right hand of Satan, right? So, have you ever heard of the 12 tribes of Israel? What have you heard about that? So y'all was practicing. So the nation of Islam was teaching you about the 12 tribes of Israel. So did they say that they were Israelites, or they was what was they saying? Are you still a part of the nation of Islam? No. What made you leave? Okay.
Gone.
With the 12 tribes of Israel, Israelites, is there things that you have discrepancies with that you don't believe?
Well, like you said, Jesus ain't black. He is the Messiah.
So he is, but I said, is there any discrepancies you have, like things that you don't believe or things that conflict with you about the Israelite doctrine? Okay, so you believe you're one of the Israelites? You believe you're one of God's children? You do? Okay, all right. So are you familiar with the Bible? Yeah? King James Version, particularly. All right, that's the one we subscribe to. It's the most authoritative version, right, of the scriptures. Right? So you understand that this book is filled with prophecies about you, about our people, particularly. Right? Right?
Yeah, but I slightly disagree because it's been revised. I mean, that word.
Okay, so now when you say, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. But when you say that, that's what I meant by discrepancy. So what discrepancy? It's been revised, right? So what's been changed? Like what?
That man kind of started going out of the way.
It's not a discrepancy.
Because there was other people already mentioned.
The Bible already says that. Right? Right? Because here's the thing. We've been taught a lot of things, but never the true doctrine, or has the correct understanding about what the Bible is saying. Right?
This is Genesis 5:1. This is the book of the generation of Adam. In the day that God created man, in the likeness of God made he him. Male and female created he them.
Male and female created he them. Right?
And blessed them. And called their name
And
Adam.
called what?
And called their name Adam.
And called their name Adam. Now, is Eve's name Adam? So who is the there that he called Adam? It had to be more people. Right?
But she wasn't even his first wife.
Okay, so now we have a discrepancy because now I want to know where you got that from. What other books? Because that sounds like some Greek mythology, right? But look, see that's Greek mythology. You get what I'm saying? That Lilith and all that, that's Greek mythology. That's nothing that has to do with our culture. You get what I'm saying? So when you say Eve wasn't his first wife, that's pulling from too many different books. Right? That's why the Lord said you can't make this book with any other book. Right? And then he said, don't bug yourself out by diving into many books. Because then you start putting all these different things together. You start coming up with what your own belief is. And you're just a mortal man, like the rest of us. You get what I'm saying? We're easily, deceived and influenced. You see what I'm saying? So we must hold fast to what is good, like the Lord told us. Right? We gotta stay with what we, first and foremost, we don't want to dive into a whole bunch of different books until you become rooted in one. See what I'm saying? Because if you ain't rooted, you can be easily pulled up and snatched out of the truth. See what I'm saying? So, first thing is to show you, right, that the Bible doesn't teach that Adam and Eve was the first people created. That's not in the Bible. Alright? Then you said your second discrepancy was what?
This is the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 21. And it reads, prove all things.
What?
Prove all things and hold fast at which is good.
So the first thing that you would have to do is, for you to say Adam or Eve was Adam's first wife, you would have to prove it. One thing we can't do is just spew things out our mouth and not be able to prove it. Because then we take it like this straight. Right? And that's one thing we ought not to do is lean on this straight. So, it's like I just did and proved to you that Adam and Eve were not the first ones created. Right? We have to prove all of that. We have to hold fast. Really?
It says, prove all things and hold fast that which is good. It says,
Quick on the sword. I know, I just play out.
prove all things and hold fast that which is good. Abstain from all appearance of evil. And the very God of peace sanctify you wholly. And I pray God, your whole spirit and soul and body be preserved blameless.
Preserve what?
And be preserved blameless unto the coming of our Lord, Yahweh Shah Mashiach.
That's how you gonna remain blameless, man. By holding fast to what's good. You know what I'm saying? You get to diving into all these different things, man. You get what I'm saying? Because then you'll be defiling your mind. You get what I'm saying? And you'll be bugged out. You'll be believing this, you'll be believing that, right? And you will never have the true understanding, right? This book ain't just something that you can just sit down and read and gain understanding like that, right? You have to be taught, right? You have to actually study this thing, man. And you have to keep the commandments, right? That's the first prerequisite to understanding the Bible, is to keeping the commandments. This is when the Lord will deal with you. He'll pour down and rain down wisdom and knowledge upon you, right? You be able to...
613.
Yeah, right? I mean, yeah, you might not be able to keep all of them perfectly, right? But you have to strive to, right? The Lord knows your heart. You get what I'm saying? He knows if it's sincere, right? He knows if you, like we all stumble, right? We all fall, we all slip up, right? But do you have a guilty conscience about it, right? Or are you just like, shit, right? Or do you have remorse, right? Do you have sympathy, right? For your disobedience and disrespect to the Lord, right?
Psalms 119 and 2. Blessed are they that keep his testimonies and that seek him with the whole heart.
Do what?
And that seek him with the whole heart. They also do no iniquity. They walk in his ways. Thou hast commanded us to keep thy precepts diligently.
Keep the precepts diligently, right? Do you know any commandments, brother? I mean, you know any? Give me 3. That are not in the 10. Remember, like you said, 613, right? Okay, so give me 3 that are not in the 10. Out the top of your head. I mean, I'm pretty sure you would abuse the Nation of Islam. I mean, did you carry the things they teach you about not eating pork? You keep that? Okay, all praise, all praise.
Can I ask you a quick question, though?
Go ahead, brother.
When y'all do bring this up, what you going to say in Hebrew? Speaking in Hebrew?
Why? No, and the Lord said he will speak to his people in different languages and will stammer and lips. And if he spoke to you in Hebrew, would you understand it? You would?
But no. What I'm saying is because the whole dialogue changes when you translate it to English.
Not necessarily, right? I mean, yes, the English language, one word can mean 5 different things, right? Right? But the thing is, if the Lord is something to give you the understanding to distinguish, right? As long as it's in context. Because context will play a major role, right? English, one word in English can mean 5 different things, but you can't put them all in the same context.
Thank you, my brother. You're right.
You get what I'm saying?
It's vocabulary that's wicketry in language that is stored from many different cultures. The tongue, very strong, very deadly. Be careful what you preach, what you tell. You must.
Hey, but don't go nowhere, brother. You know what I'm saying? We got one
Take care.
brother that's going to come up and edify you in ways that I can, right? And with that, we say all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah. Kum Yashra.
Kon Yashra.
Kum Yashra.
Kon Yashra.
Kum Yashra.
Kon Yashra.
God, all praise to Yahweh. Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, brother. So, the Nation of Islam, brother. What did they teach you about who you are as far as your nationality?
I ain't trying to years.
Nothing?
Over 20 some years.
How long was you there with them? Okay. So your father was what about your father? Okay. Well, you know Islam, Muslims eat too. Yeah, because y'all are allowed to eat camel. The law, you can't eat camel. Y'all are allowed to eat shrimp, crab, lobster. And the law, you can't eat shellfish.
Most real
Most real Muslims. But what does the Quran say? Does the Quran say you can't eat that? See, most Muslims, they try to take a theology over here, ideology over there, and bring it into Islam because they know that the Quran doesn't teach that type of morality. The Quran allow you to do things that's immoral, allow you to do things that corrupt you, right? You become corrupted by reading the Quran because Muhammad, he wasn't an Israelite. The prophethood came through the Israelite. The prophethood came through the Israelite. So he was a rejected evil. Muhammad, he was a rejected evil. He was a so-called righteous. Right? So the Nation of Islam, what they do is they try to take the morality and the laws and the commandments and the code, the morality code of this Bible and put it into the Quran. Oh my God. Right, because like for this, in the law, a woman on her flower, she is clean. You can't have sex with her. But in the Quran and the Hadith, Muhammad has sex with a woman for her period. Right? So these things that we understand and we know.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 36. But if any man think that he behaving himself uncomely towards his virgin, if she passed the flower of her age and needs so require, let him do what he
And so Muhammad, so in order to have sex with a woman, she's supposed to be past her flower. She's supposed to have her period, this, that, and the third. But Muhammad has sex with a 6-year-old girl. Right? And many women on their period. Right? So is that lawful? Is that somebody you want to follow? Is Muhammad somebody you want to follow? Right. But a lot of so-called black men follow the Quran as if it gives them a moral sense. But a lot of Muslims is in prison. A lot of Muslims sell dope. A lot of Muslims is struck up. So what is it really doing for you? You don't even know who you are. You say you're a so-called black man. What does being a so-called black man do for you in the world? Nothing. Like we was trying to tell that brother, you say you a God, you a Lord, but yeah, you go to the so-called white man for everything. Right? You say you a Muslim, you go to the so-called white man for everything. You can't even go to the mosque to get housing. You can't go to the mosque to get any type of knowledge. They just tell you to bump your head on the floor 5 times a day. That's it. But okay. So we know that Islam is trash, right? What's your discrepancy as far as Islam? Because you're supposed to be on this side with us. So, let me ask you. Well, go ahead, bro. I was going to ask you about your wardrobe, about the fridges. You know we're supposed to have fridges. That's keeping the law, right? How you feel about keeping the fridges? You ever heard that we're supposed to keep the fridges? Can I get that? I'm going to show you that's in the law. We're supposed to wear fridges. Any other discrepancies when we get that? No?
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 15, verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel.
Let's speak to the children of Israel, nobody else, just us.
And bid them that they make the fringes in the borders of the garments.
These are fringes, and this is the border of the garment.
Throughout the borders of the garment throughout their generations. And that they put upon the fringe of the borders of a ribbon of blue.
And so you can wear the fringes, any color, yellow, gold, white, blue, red, but then put the blue ribbon around it, like that brother guy, like that brother guy. You put the blue ribbon around it. That way, you were reminded to keep the commandments, right?
And they shall be unto you a fringe, that you may look upon it, and remember all the commandments of the Lord, and do them.
Do them. Every 613 commandment these fringes help us remember to do it. They help us remember not to have an evil eye towards our brother. Don't sin, any sin, right? So what would be your nationality according to the Bible? Why are you confused, brother? Well, let me ask you this. Do you believe in prophecy? So, let me show you through prophecy who the Israelites are, and you tell me who they are. Now, you heard of Moses. Now, Moses, we know that Moses gave, through Moses, God gave the commandments to the Israelites, right?
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 15.
Made a covenant, a contract with the Israelites.
But it shall come to pass, if thou would not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments.
And that's so Moses is saying to the Israelites, y'all gotta do, like before that, 28 and to 14, he was giving them blessings. He was saying, these are the blessings. If y'all keep this contract, y'all keep this covenant, y'all gonna be blessed. But then Deuteronomy 28:15, he said, okay, but it's a flip side to it. If y'all don't do the according to the Most High God, keeping the statute, commandments, and laws that Moses gave them, you know, that y'all want to be cursed. And those curses was put upon the Israelites.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and the statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
Curse shall thou be in the what?
Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
You hear that? Curse shall thou be in the city. Who are the most cursed people in the cities? In every single city in America, in the islands, who are the most cursed? Who? African descendants? Now we got a discrepancy because are you African? Do you look like? I got a picture right now, but do you look like an African?
Well, you know we didn't travel over here thousands of years ago.
What you mean we didn't travel here? Thousands of years. Who was the first people here? So, okay, can you prove that we didn't travel here thousands of years ago?
They got this like monuments, things like that.
Have you heard of the Mayans, Aztecs, Incas? You heard of those people? Those people was here thousands of years ago.
They've been roaming throughout America for centuries.
Right, but they don't. See, our people get confused with when the so-called white man put borders up. Borders don't mean nothing. Yeah, they came here, roamed here, and then the so-called white man put borders up. But that don't mean nothing. The so-called black man who came from West Africa, we came from West Africa because we were sold by the Africans to the so-called white people. We were sold on ships. That's called the transatlantic slave trade, right? So that's how we got to America. We got to West Africa because we fled from persecution, right? So we not Africans. We totally understand. This is where we come from. Because where's Israel? It's in between Asia and Africa, right?
This is the book of Tobit, chapter 1, and verse 4. And it reads, and when I was in mine own country,
Where?
and when I was in mine own country, in the land of Israel,
No, Africa.
in the land of Israel,
No, Timbuktu.
in the land of Israel,
being but young are the tribes.
Right? We was in the land of Israel. We were dwelling in Israel. And then we fled. That's why you see the Jews in North Africa. That's why you see the Jews in West Africa. Because we have our people got pushed out, pushed to that place we was at. Because we have, our skin color is the same as these people. So it's easy for us to blend into their villages and their cultures and stuff. While we going through persecution. Right? Who helped the so-called white man capture us? Africans. Right? Exactly. Right. They did that because they already knew. These people, they got their own God. They got their own language. They got their own food. They got their own culture. They live in a high level type of life than us. They got us looking like peasants. What did Pharaoh say when he seen all the Israelites? He said, they have become too many. That's roughly paraphrased, let's persecute them, lest they fight with our enemies. That's what the so-called white man, he's so scared that we're going to rise up and fight with the enemies. Look at what Iran said. Oh, we don't have no problem with the black people in America. Our beef is with them. See, this whole thing that's going on with Israel, Iran, Russia, China, it's all about us. It's not about no other nation. This is the Most High causing these people to fight against each other for us. That land, Israel, that's our land. Them people that came in 1948, that's not really that land. We already just read it. Revelation 2 and 9. Revelation 3 and 9, right? That is synagogue of Satan. Right? So you got even more discrepancies. All right,
It's the book of Joel, chapter 3.
Right? Because after they sold us into slavery. Right? We not, as you look it up, we was a royal class. But the Africans, who was really called Hamites, they descend from a man named Ham. So even though they look, right, we would be from descend from Shem. Because Noah had 3 sons when he stepped out the ark. Ham, Shem, and Japheth. We come from Shem, they come from Ham. They always been friction with Ham and Shem, right?
The book of Joel, chapter 3, and verse number 4. Yea, and what have you to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon,
The African.
and all the coast of Palestine? Will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head?
You hear that? And that's why you got these so-called these African nations coming and reparations. They just try to pass a law. Israel, Argentina, and America is the only 3 countries that said no when the UN tried to pass a law about the transatlantic slave trade being unlawful, right? That's crafty counsel against us, right?
Because ye have taken my silver and my gold,
Israelites,
and have
that's also physical too. So-called white man is a thief, right?
and have carried into your temples my filthy pleasant things. The children also of Judah,
That's right. The Jews, right? The Israelites.
and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians.
Have you what?
Sold unto the Grecians.
And that they sold us to the so-called white people, right?
That ye might remove them far from their border.
That's why we call ourselves African. That's why we said we're from West Africa. That's why we're not from Jerusalem. removed far away from our borders by our enemies. Who is our enemies? The so-called, not even so-called, the Hamites, the Edomites, the Elamites. It's, you know, if you ain't a black, Hispanic, Native American, you should know that you got enemies. Right? So, you should know you got enemies, brother. You shouldn't be out here just lollygagging. Okay, I'm gonna go get a Edomite woman, lay with her. Next day you laid up with all type of different spirits. Now you got spirits on you. Now you bugged out. You want to worship Buddha. You don't know if you want to believe in God. You feeling this way, that way. Hey, his brothers out here, they get to messing with these strange women. They start becoming emotional. They start losing hair. They start losing their mind. They start getting on worse drugs, right? You don't want to be like that, brother. You want to be a man of the Lord with a woman of the Lord who can build you up and help you keep these statute laws and commandments. Because that's how you prosper as a so-called black man. Right? Because you're really a Hebrew Israelite from the tribe of Judah. But they don't want you to know that. They want you to just be a so-called black man dug on the street. You go, brother? Okay, brother. Hey, hopefully the brother got it though, right? Hopefully the brother understood. I looked in his eyes. He better had a little understanding he was getting. Right? But let me get Psalms 91. Right? We out here for the people. We out here for the sheep. Right? We dwelling in a secret place of the Most High, man. Trying to get more people into the place, the secret place. Psalms 91.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 91. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High.
He that what?
He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
You hear that, man? We out here to get our people into the secret place of the Most High, and that's keeping these statute laws and commandments. Our people don't understand the power that we possess when we keep the statute laws and commandments, man. That is the secret. It's called the secret place because obviously not too many people is going to find this place. They're going to look at us like we insane. They're going to be like, how are you guys trying to keep the statute laws and commandments? You guys are insane. Didn't your ancestors fall? Didn't the Israelites in the wilderness fall? That's how they're going to look at us, man. But we're going to come out here and we're going to stand bold and we're going to stand strong, man. And abide and trying to get our people to come back to the statute laws and commandments that our God, Yahweh, gave to us back in that first, about Luke 3:35.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 26 and verse 20. Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers.
Where that come? My people. Come, black Hispanics and Native Americans, man. Come back to the knowledge and truth of the Most High God, Yahweh.
Come, my people, enter into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee.
What?
And shut thy doors about thee.
Boy, that is the scariest sentence I ever heard, man. Shut thy doors. Man, the Most High is not playing. He's telling you to come in and shut the doors. Why? Because destruction, famine, wickedness, pestilence, woe is coming to this earth.
Hide thyself as it were for a little moment.
Hide thyself Man, it's times where the Most High is so merciful. He'll hide a man in the grave, man. He'll hide a man in the belly of a beast, man. The Most High is saying, hide yourself, meaning get out of this wickedness. Get out of Babylon, man. Pertaining to Revelation 18, right?
Hide thyself as if it were a little moment until the indignation be overpassed. For behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth. To what? To punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity.
For their sins, man.
The earth also shall be disclosed.
The earth also shall be disclosed, man. Right?
The earth also shall disclose her blood and shall no more cover her slain.
You hear that, man? So the blood that the so-called white man have shedding throughout the earth is being uncovered, right? The slain of many is being uncovered. But then that brother just get shot and they have to award him $9 million in St. Paul, man. I know them Edomites is hot. That's how you get the Edomites. You gotta hit them a pocket. Because the so-called white man, he don't care, you can shed blood. That's just fun for him. That's just more niggas to kill. For instance, we start killing Edomites right now, the whole army gonna come wipe us out in 10 seconds. Right? Push the button, we done. Right? They gonna make it look, they can even make it look like an accident, man. Oh, that was just a movie, right? That was a movie, that wasn't real. Those bodies that y'all saw, those was actors, right? Man, I ain't dealing with that. I ain't dealing with that, I ain't dealing with that. Let's go back to 335, right? Because this knowledge, this wisdom, this understanding was given to us as Israelites, right?
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 3, verse 35. This is our God.
This is who?
This is our God.
Yahweh is who?
This is our God, and there shall none other be accounted of in comparison of him.
There ain't no other God like Yahweh. Ain't no other God but Yahweh, right? But we know that these Gentiles, these heathens set up gods like the brother was bringing out. They bring up the wood, they bring up the silver, and they say this is God, man. Just like they did with the dollar. Look at the Most High, man. I love the way the Most High is crashing that dollar, man. He doing it slow and steady. That he got Iran saying, y'all can only buy oil if it's in the yuan, if it's in the Chinese currency, man. That's offensive.
Verse 36, it says,
but with that, that's my time. Like Yahweh, Ba'ashem Mashiach, Woman like Yahushua, Kom Yashem.
Ko Yasra.
Kom Yashem.
Ko Yasra.
Kom Yashem.
Ko Yasra. Go ahead. I'm still a prospect. Go ahead. I'm still a prospect. No, we on the live though. We on the live though.
Right?
Okay, cut the line.
We're
gonna cut the live.
Go
ahead.
Right? But next month's speaker coming up.
Hey.
All praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushua.
What?
Yasra.
No, let it go.
Zephaniah 1:14. The great day of the Lord is near. It is near. It has been breaking. Even the first of the day of the Lord. The mighty men shall cry their bitterly. Their day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress.
Yeah, man. The day of the Lord is coming. And us as the watchmen, we are here to warn our people. Day in, day out. In season, out of season.
That's right.
You know, this work don't stop. If we don't warn our people, who will? And you know, that's just how the cookie crumbles. The Lord sent us, put the Spirit on us to stop doing what we was doing in wickedness and turn back to Him.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, verse 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel.
Yeah, made us what?
I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word of my mouth and give them warning from me. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked ways to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity.
The same wicked man shall die in his iniquity. Like I said earlier, we're not out here condemning our people, but we is giving warning. That's the whole purpose. We giving warning to our people. You got the option to stop doing what you're doing or keep doing what you're doing, or you're gonna die. It's just that simple. It's just that simple.
That's what they said.
It says, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will require at thine hand. Yet if thou warn the wicked, if he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul.
Come, us as the watchmen, we got a choice also. We see wickedness going on, we gotta tell them. That's not of the Lord. But if we see the wickedness going and we say nothing, that blood is at our hand.
We need to stand away.
It's give or take. It's a do the work. Do the work, get rewarded. Don't do the work. Yeah, the sword. I mean, it's not for certain that we get rewarded for this work that we're doing, but that's where faith come in.
That's what we're talking about. They got
That's where the faith come in.
A southbound Blue Line train to Mall of America is due in 2 minutes.
Yeah, man, Babylon must go. This is how the cookie crumbles. Got Edomites on skateboards, skating around until we break that skateboard over his head.
2:26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nation.
To him that do what?
To him will I give power over the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received in my Father.
God, we doing this work. The Lord is trying us. If we can't rule our own selves, how is he going to give us a kingdom to rule over? He's going to give us the kingdom to rule over. He's going to give us the heathens to rule over. And we got to rule over our own people at the same time. Not with rigor, though.
So in 8, ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel.
Hey, I don't know how much more clear the Lord got to be. I don't know. Christians, what y'all got to say about that? I mean, obviously y'all not reading the Bible. The Bible is plain and clear what's going to happen to the heathens. When the kingdom comes. That's the kingdom of heaven that the Lord is speaking about. It's not kumbaya. It's not all everybody holding hands, giving kisses, little white babies flying around. That's not what's happening.
Isaiah 14:1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel.
And will yet choose who?
And will yet choose Israel.
And will yet choose who?
And will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall rejoice with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
People shall do what?
And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants.
For what?
For servants.
For what?
For servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were. And they shall rule over their oppressors.
And they shall rule over their oppressors. How much clearer does the Lord have to be? We shall take them captives whose captives we were. We is in captivity right now. Man, look, read that Bible. Follow the commandments. Know if you an Israelite or not. It's just that simple, man. It's just that simple.
Verse 6. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, verse 1. Hear therefore, O ye kings, and understand. Learn ye that be judges at the ends of the earth. Give ear, ye that rule the people, and glory in a multitude of nations. For power is given you of the Lord, and sovereignty from the highest. Who shall try your works and search out your counsel?
God. The Lord has given us sovereignty. People don't even know this. They just throw that word around. They don't know what that word means. Sovereignty, we answer to ourselves. We control ourselves. We don't control ourselves now. We can't right now. We can't break a law and just say to ourselves, no, I did break that law. No, I'm not going to jail. No, I'm not going to court. You can't say that. Only if the Most High ordains our people to rule over us, we won't even be breaking no laws, but we will be controlling everything.
And it says, because being ministers of his kingdom, ye have not judged aright, nor kept the law, nor walked after the counsel of Yahweh. Horribly and speedily shall he come upon you, for a sharp judgment shall be to them that be in high place.
Sharp judgment to them that be in high places. It gets no more simpler. Y'all got a few minutes for God? Y'all believe in Jesus? I expect that from y'all. We expect that from y'all. We expect nothing less.
You know, you wasn't even recording.
Y'all run this country, and this country lacks nothing but worse and iniquity.
There's no video.
Evil.
I don't know, whatever it was on. Man, that motherfucker.
The whole world worried about the Epstein list, but what race of people does Epstein belong to? He's a Caucasian. Y'all run the world. Y'all created this. Y'all mad at Trump, but y'all putting him in the office. It's just that simple. Huh? What's going on, bro? What's going on, bro? What's your nationality, bro? You Mexican? You see yourself on this side right here? You know that this is what Mexicans is what the white people called us. That's what they named us. That's what they named us. My mom is Mexican, so I understand. You think hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago, you think Mexicans was calling each other Mexicans? You don't know, but is that something that you would like to find out? Because this is our people we talking about, bro. This is our people we talking about. We gotta know these things. Life ain't just about America, Lake Street, blunts, weed, liquor.
Yeah, bro. This is the type of stuff we have to know in order to stay out of prison. Do you know what prophecy is? Do you know what that is, bro? Prophecy. No, a prophecy just means something that's foretold and it comes to happen in the future. That's what prophecy means. You want to know the importance of prophecy? The importance of prophecy is so we know what's going to happen in the end times. So we know what's going to happen later on. And so thousands of years ago, it was said, it was prophecy. Bring it out, Deuteronomy. Yeah, 28:1. You heard of Moses? You heard of Moses before? Moses was an Israelite. He was an Israelite from the tribe of Levi. So Hispanics, blacks, and natives, we all the same people. Did you know that? You believe that? Thousands of years ago, this was said to us, bro. This was said to us from God.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
You know what hearken means? Hearken means listen. If you listen to the voice of the Lord thy God.
To observe to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Do you know what a commandment is?
They said we
It's a
learned this in
rule.
prison.
It's a rule. God said if we follow the rules, we're going to be above everybody else. But there's a flip side, bro. There's a flip side. It's a flip side to that. There's two sides to every coin.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
If thou shalt what?
Shall come to pass that thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
If thou shalt not listen to the voice of the Lord thy God.
To observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So basically, this is the flip side to the coin. If we don't listen to God, we're going to have curses upon us. Is a curse a good thing or a bad thing?
Hey, that's how Mike,
it's a bad
that's
thing.
how Mike did me and him. Mike.
And we're going to read some of those curses. We're going to read some of those curses.
But it's easier for him
to see what, because Moses is talking to the Israelites. The Israelites is the 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
The basics,
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fill with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand.
So what happened when the white man came here to on this massive land? What happened? Exactly. And what did he do to our children? Raped them, took them away, shipped them far off, did whatever he wanted with them. Did you know that was in the Bible? But is this a reason why you should get in touch with the Bible? It's talking about us right now. That's why I asked you, do you know what prophecy is? Prophecy is what's happened to us right now. It was wrote thousands of years ago. You get what I'm saying? Give me another person.
They probably like, we never heard this dude, T.
It said, cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field.
Who's cursed in the cities? Who's cursed? What race of people? Fuck it. Excuse my language. Yeah, but there's a lot of people that's not white, but they're doing good. Who's cursed? And who's majority? Who's majority in the hood? Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly. You gotta repent from that, but you're not. You're not.
Excellent.
You're Israelite, bro.
And you're not the only one. That's a curse upon our people. Did you know that down in Mexico and South America, they got the highest murder rate in the world?
Hey, sis.
That's a curse on our people.
Right, exactly. You want to know that's in the Bible too? That's also a curse.
It's vocab. Shut that.
You know it's crazy. That's how you know motherfuckers is looking for they looking for vocab. They know time.
Deuteronomy 28 and 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother and toward the wife of his bosom.
Now, did you hear that, bro?
So that the man that is tender among you.
The man that is tender among you. We used to love one another. We used to love one another.
So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother.
And what did we just say? Down in South America got the highest murder rate in the world. What do black Americans do here in America? Kill each other, gangbang. We mess with each other's women. And we think it's cool. We think that's cool. It's not cool. It's not cool. But it was prophesied because we didn't, back thousands of years ago, our forefathers did not listen to God. God told us, y'all don't listen to my commandments, this is what's gonna happen to y'all. He told us, we gonna be killing each other. We gonna be in captivity. We not gonna have power to save our own children. This is what the Most High said.
His eyes shall be evil toward his brother and toward the wife of his bosom.
Who got the broken house homes? Who grows up with mostly just one parent in the household? Yeah, but who else? Hispanics too, natives too. This is talking about you.
What was the prison houses built up?
Right, the prison houses. It's filled with us, majority us. This is how we know that we God's chosen people. It's like you having a kid, and you tell your kid, do this, and I'm gonna give you what you want. But if you don't do this, I'm gonna take away that iPad, I'm gonna take away that phone. And us as God's children, we didn't do what he said. That's why we're getting punished today. All these things that we read about, bro, everybody can't say that they've been through this thing. All right, Jeremiah 17:4.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 4. And thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage.
The Lord said, us as Israelites, y'all going to discontinue from your heritage. You're going to discontinue from the way I taught y'all, from the way I told y'all. Y'all's not going to know who you are in the last days. You're going to forget your nationality. You're going to forget your customs. This is what the Lord said.
And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies.
He's going to cause us to serve our enemies. And you agree with me, bro. You agree with the Bible. We're serving our enemies right now in the last days. Do you know about selling weed, selling drugs? We're serving our enemies. Do you know that? By gang banging, we're serving our enemies. And that's a beautiful thing, because a lot of us up here, we used to gang bang. We used to smoke weed. And see, that's a good thing. That's the first step, is to recognize that what you're doing is wrong. That's the first step. The next step is to change yourself about that. is to change, make a change. It's one thing to keep saying it, bro, but it's another thing, actions. It's another thing to keep doing it.
I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in a land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever.
We kindled a fire in the Lord's eyes. That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. But because the Lord has mercy on us, because he chose us, we got time to get right. We got time to get right. So, since we got time to get right, what do you think we should do, bro? But be productive how, though? Like,
That's it. I got to.
I'm gonna tell you this, bro. I'm gonna tell you this. To do good, to do right, is to follow the commandments. Follow the rules of the Most High God, Yahweh. That's how we do good. That's how we keep our mind occupied. That's how we change our lives. That's how we stop gangbanging. That's how we don't worry about going to prison. So in order to follow the commandments, you have to learn the commandments first. But listen to this, bro.
Right, 5 and 7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord.
Tarry means don't wait. Don't wait. Don't wait to turn to the Lord. Don't say tomorrow I'm gonna stop gangbanging. Don't say tomorrow I'm gonna stop messing with multiple females. Don't wait tomorrow. You might not make it tomorrow. You might not. So it's best you start right now.
Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off day to day.
And put not off from day to day.
For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance.
You thinking that you good, you know what I'm saying? Not you specifically, but our people tell ourselves, oh, I'm gonna stop smoking weed tomorrow. I'm gonna start next week. Not only that, but you could be destroyed. While you thinking that, while you waiting, while you're tearing, you could be destroyed. It's like this. It's like this. I tell myself, oh, I'm gonna start smoking weed next week. I might get shot by a bullet. I might die by a bullet. And guess who did that to me? No, yeah, but God did it. God did it. God's the one who shoots people. God's the one who kills people. He's the God of good and evil.
Deuteronomy chapter 32 and 39. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me.
There is no other God with the Most High God. None.
I kill and I make alive.
He does what?
I kill and I make alive.
He does what?
I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal.
He wounds and he heals. He wounds and he heals. He will give you a disease and then take it away from you. He can do that. He's the Most High God.
I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
Nobody's arms is long enough to box with God. It's just that simple, bro. It's that simple. The Most High God laid us out a blueprint on how to live. He gave us that blueprint. We follow that blueprint, we're good. Well, it's not for sure to say, but we should have nothing to worry about. We shouldn't worry about getting shot in the head. We shouldn't worry about going to jail. We shouldn't worry about getting sick. That's why he gives us the blueprint. But if we don't follow that blueprint, it's a plethora of things that can happen to us. Sickness, all that, bro.
Joshua 1:8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein.
We shall do all that is written therein in this Bible.
All that is written therein, for then thou shalt make thy way prosperous.
Then he shall make our way prosperous. You know what prosperous means? Basically, yes.
Prosperous. And then thou shalt have good success.
Through the Spirit. You know what time it was.
Have not I commanded?
Yeah. Have good success. Basically what the scripture just said, follow what's in this book and you shall have good success. Pick life. This book is the book of life. This is the Bible. This is the Holy Bible. The Holy Bible, bro. So you got a choice now that you leave it here. It's either you're gonna wake up to who you truly are, a Hebrew Israelite from the tribe of Issachar. You're not a Mexican, bro. Because that's what the white man calls us. That's what he named us. Are we gonna go by what the white man named us? Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. You don't go off of what the white man tell you. He tell you nothing but lies.
It's just late right now.
Tell you nothing but lies. But look, I got one more precept for you, bro.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, verse 15. See, I have set before thee this day life and good.
He set before you this day life and good. You stop to holler at the brothers right now to get this word. And he set before you this day life and good. You gonna choose life or you gonna life and good and what else?
And death and evil.
And death and evil. You said you like to shank people. You said you like to stab people. You said you like to gangbang. What does that sound like?
And death and evil. And in that I command you this day to love the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways and to keep his commandments and his statutes and his judgments, that thou mayest live and multiply, and the Lord thy God shall bless thee in the land whither thou goest to possess it. But if thine heart turn away, so that thou would not hear.
This is the but. This is the flip side of it. He said, listen to me and you gonna be good, but this is the but. This is the flip side.
But if thine heart turn away, so that thou wilt not hear, but shall be drawn away and worship other gods.
And worship other gods.
And serve them, I denounce unto you this day that ye shall surely perish, that ye shall not prolong your days upon the land whither thou passest over Jordan to go to possess it.
And you know what perish means, right? You know what the word perish means? Exactly. So what's your nationality, bro? According to the Bible, according to the Most High God that created everybody and everything, you're a Hebrew Israelite from the tribe of Issachar, right here. This side is what God calls us. This is what this society calls us. But the Lord calls you an Israelite from the tribe of Issachar. That's what the Lord calls you.
John chapter 1 and 47. Nathanael saith unto him, whence thou wast Yahushua son Nathanael coming to him and said of him, behold, an Israelite indeed,
And what?
Behold, an Israelite indeed.
This brother's a what?
Behold, an Israelite indeed.
No, I'm a Mexican.
Behold, an Israelite indeed.
No, I'm an African American.
Behold, an Israelite indeed. In whom is no guile.
Behold, you're an Israelite indeed. That's like the most important thing you can understand in this word. But with that, I'm gonna give all honor and glory to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. Kwam Yasharah.
Kwam Yasharah.
Kwam Yasharah.
Kwam Yasharah.
Kwam Yasharah.
Push this button right here.
I think so.